Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rose. Welcome to episode 343 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe on your favorite and leave a review. To start, let's talk game releases. There were no big games out last week, and the games coming out this week include 60 Minutes to Extinction Escape Room, Coloring Book, Puzzle Galaxy Xbox Edition, and U-Boat Attack. Very slow week for the Christmas holiday. Now on to last week's biggest news stories, and we have 4 to cover this week. Number 1, Xbox Game Studios, all Microsoft first-party developers and what they're working on. Ben Curry at Pure Xbox writes, at this stage, Microsoft has a lot of in-house development studios making Xbox games, including all those teams across Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard. So as we looked ahead to another year of Xbox, we thought we'd gather up every Microsoft first-party developer and what they're working on right now. Here we focused on the Xbox studios that are leading projects, with many Xbox, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard support teams also contributing to these titles. The Coalition. The Coalition has been focused on making Gears of War titles since 2015's Gears of War Ultimate Edition. The studio has just put out Gears of War Reloaded in August 2025, and Gears of War E-Day is coming in 2026. Compulsion Games. Compulsion Games was picked up by Microsoft after impressing with its public debut of We Happy Few. The team launched South of Midnight in 2025, and we don't know what they're working on next just yet, aside from PS5 and Switch 2 versions of South of Midnight. Double Fine Productions. Legendary studio Double Fine was acquired by Microsoft in 2019, going on to release Psychonauts 2 in 2021. The Tim Schafer-led studio has now launched Keeper, its next bright and colorful creation for Xbox Series X and S, and has other unknown projects in the pipeline. inXile Entertainment. The team behind the Wasteland series was picked up by Microsoft in 2018, shortly before releasing Wasteland 3 in 2020. The studio is currently crafting Clockwork Revolution, which according to the team will release in due time, with no launch window attached just yet. Halo Studios. The recently rebranded Halo Studios was unveiled to the world last year as 343 Industries transitions out of the Halo Infinite era. Their first project is the upcoming Halo Campaign Evolved, and the team will develop multiple Halo projects in the coming years. Mojang Studios. Swedish developer Mojang has shepherded the Minecraft IP since Microsoft purchased it in 2014. Since then, the studio has continued to update the original title, while also collaborating on multiple Minecraft spin-offs with other studios. Ninja Theory. British developer Ninja Theory released Hellblade 2 in May 2024, and the game's Enhanced Edition in 2025, so they're in the midst of coming off a big project right now. We do know that the team is also working on Project Mara, which has no planned release date at this time. Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian is a prolific studio releasing multiple big games since Xbox acquired the developer back in 2018. The team released 3 big titles in 2025, Avowed, Grounded 2, and The Outer Worlds 2, and we're not sure what else they're working on just yet, but don't you worry, Obsidian will be back soon enough. Playground Games. Playground Games has been making Forza Horizon games since the birth of the open world racing series, up to and including 2021's Forza Horizon 5. The studio has been tasked with making Xbox's big Fable reboot, which is currently targeting a 2026 release date, as is Forza Horizon 6, which has now been confirmed to be set in Japan. Rare. With the cancellation of Everwild, Rare is seemingly set to work on supporting Sea of Thieves for now. It remains to be seen whether the team will spin up another project in the coming months. Turn 10 Studios. Turn 10 Studios has been Microsoft's big racing game developer since the dawn of Xbox, launching the first Forza Motorsport in 2005. It has recently released a new Forza Motorsport reboot in 2023 and is now supporting development on Playground Games' Forza Horizon 6. Undead Labs. As the name suggests, Undead Labs is known for one thing and one thing only, the State of Decay series. The Seattle studio is making State of Decay 3 right now, which despite its long development time, still doesn't have a confirmed release date. World's Edge. World's Edge is a team set up internally at Microsoft to oversee the Age of Empires series for Xbox and PC. The studio helped put together Age of Mythology Retold as its most recent project released in August 2024. Bethesda, Arcane Leon. Arcane Leon's most recent release was Deathloop, the critically acclaimed shooter that was in development before Microsoft acquired Bethesda. As revealed last year, the team is now working on a Marvel Blade game, which isn't expected to launch for a few years yet. Bethesda Game Studios. Bethesda's premier studio released the long-awaited Starfield for Xbox back in September of 2023, and is continuing to bring new updates to the sci-fi RPG. It's been confirmed that the BGS team is now making The Elder Scrolls 6 one of the most anticipated titles within Xbox's portfolio. id Software. Doom is the name of the game. With id Software, the team has been making the famous FPS series ever since its initial inception. Having just released Doom: The Dark Ages, the studio is likely making post-launch content for the Xbox FPS before then going on to its next big project. Machine Games. Swedish studio Machine Games recently released Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and its accompanying DLC, The Order of Giants. The team has also been well known for rebooting Wolfenstein and Bethesda since 2014, and despite no official announcement just yet, we'd expect them to be making another Wolf game next. ZeniMax Online Studios. ZeniMax Online has been laser focused on the Elder Scrolls Online since 2014, updating and evolving the Bethesda MMO for over a decade. The cancellation of its other MMO, ZeniMax Online will seemingly stick with ESO work for now. Activision Blizzard King. Elsewhere Entertainment. Activision's latest studio, Elsewhere Entertainment, was formally unveiled by Microsoft in May of 2024. The team hasn't announced its first project yet, but it's confirmed that the new Activision Blizzard developer won't be working on Call of Duty. The studio is spinning up a state-of-the-art and next-generation gaming experience. Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward is the OG Call of Duty studio. The team has been with the franchise since the very first COD game, right up to 2022's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the studio's last full release. It's expected that the developer is now making the next COD game, which should launch in 2026. Raven Software. Famous developer Raven Software is the main team working on Call of Duty Warzone, Call of Duty's free-to-play Battle Royale spin-off. The developer has also worked on some Call of Duty campaigns lately, including 2024's Black Ops 6 and 2025 Black Ops 7. Sledgehammer Games. Sledgehammer Games is the most recent lead Call of Duty development studio, having made its own COD titles for decades since 2014's Advanced Warfare. The team launched Modern Warfare 3 in 2023 and will now be cracking on with its next Call of Duty project. Treyarch. With Raven's help on campaign mode, Treyarch has been responsible for 2024's Call of Duty title, Black Ops 6, followed by Black Ops 7 in 2025. After back-to-back COD releases, Treyarch is expected to make a lengthy break from returning to the series once other Activision studios have taken the franchise reins for a little bit. Blizzard Entertainment. Blizzard has lots of ongoing projects under its wing at Microsoft, including World of Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, and more, which are all still heavily supported by the team. Following the cancellation of its long-in-development survival game in early 2024, what Blizzard has up its sleeve next remains a mystery. King. King is very much the mobile arm of Activision Blizzard King, with the development team and publishing the Candy Crush Saga series these days. As far as we know right now, the studio will continue to work on Candy Crush for the foreseeable future, alongside a collaboration with Mojang in the form of Minecraft Blast for mobile devices. There are plenty of other support studios working with Xbox these days, including the stack of teams that help make Call of Duty each year, but this is all we know right now regarding Xbox and its main first-party developers. That's a lot of teams and a lot of games to come from Microsoft in the future. Whew, so yes, that was a long one, but I wanted to highlight their specific breakdown of every studio, and then direct you from a post on Xbox Wire by all of us at Xbox Publishing, where they went even more in depth on the status of every single studio and a couple of questions that they answered, and I thought this was a really cool way to wrap up the end of the year from Xbox, even though they missed out on other ways, and we'll touch on that in a moment. The game I'm most excited for out of this long list, which maybe is a little surprising to me because I've never played one of their games before, is Clockwork Revolution and inXile Entertainment. That game looks awesome. Can't wait to hopefully play that maybe next year? We shall see. Number 2, new FIFA video game confirmed by Netflix, developed by a studio that's yet to ship anything. Vicky Blake at IGN writes, FIFA has announced its next soccer game will be published in partnership with Netflix and developed by new studio Delphi Interactive. Following the end of its partnership with EA in 2022, FIFA announced it was working on a portfolio of Web3 games ahead of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022, but has been pretty quiet since then. According to its president, Andy Kleiman, however, Delphi has been working for the past 30 months to continue the legacy of one of my favorite video games of all time, FIFA. Delphi, seemingly established in 2023, hasn't yet shipped a game, but describes itself as the architects behind 007 First Light and uncompromising about quality. While we haven't seen any screenshots yet, let alone gameplay, a press release claims that the game will be fast to learn, thrilling to master, and built for anyone to jump in, and playable either solo or online without a controller, as all you need is Netflix and your phone. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out, considering the FIFA license was lost by EA, and they now do EA Football Club. FIFA was maybe the biggest game on the planet in terms of popularity. not usually sales, but this is going to be very interesting to see what Netflix games can do with this license. And apparently we're going to get our hands on it next year with the World Cup. Yeah, I don't know about that. And you're not going to need a controller? Sure. Number 3, Xbox Wrapped ditched for 2025 due to ambitious 2026 plans, suggests report. Fraser Gilbert at Pure Xbox writes, "It's now being reported by Windows Central that we won't be getting an official Xbox Wrapped in 2025, and that's due to ambitious plans that Xbox has to celebrate its 25th anniversary in 2026. The outlet says that according to its sources, the marketing budget that Xbox allocates to various community events throughout the year has been decreased in order to prepare for next year, and Xbox Wrapped was a part of that. It also suggested that there are plans to celebrate Halo's 25th, Blizzard's 35th, and Bethesda's 40th anniversaries next year. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, we'll leave you with an excerpt from Windows Central's report below. Quote, for sure I'm told Microsoft has some big plans to celebrate Xbox's 25th anniversary in 2026, which is why we've seen some decreased activity for Xbox community events in 2025. Some of that budget moved through the next year to accommodate, end quote. How disappointing, and yes, companies need to manage their budget, and they can't just go and spend unlimited money. However, it's difficult for me as an Xbox fan to process that they didn't have enough money to figure out this software from the biggest software company in the world, and that the company with $1 trillion market cap couldn't afford this. It's just disappointing. Disappointing, Xbox. And number 4, rumor COD 2027 will be a new sub-series with completely new characters on Xbox. Ben Carey at Pure Xbox writes, last week, Xbox's Call of Duty team put out a statement announcing that there will be no more back-to-back Modern Warfare or Black Ops games in the series following poor sales for Black Ops 7, and a new rumor doing the rounds today suggests that a new sub-franchise is on the way in 2027 from developer Sledgehammer Games. Originating from well-known COD leaker The Ghost of Hope, Sledgehammer's next Call of Duty game will be a new subs franchise with completely new characters set in the late 1990s, early 2000s. The insider has also shared a little more information on what they heard about Xbox's COD game currently set for 2027. He reported the movement with no tech sprint is currently planned for the game. Pick 10 returning is a big discussion happening. Zombies currently still not planned to return. Get High returns, still unclear if it's third mode. Obviously, we just went through all the studios, and yes, because of their comments last week about no more back-to-back franchises, obviously they needed something new, because I don't think they were going to return to any of the other one-off franchises or sub-series a la Call of Duty Ghost or World War II, which people didn't buy those games. So you have to understand this is why they've been so scared to try a new sub-series, because Black Ops sells, Modern Warfare sells. However, it didn't this time, so they are trying something new. It'll be very interesting to see. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox. And well, it's not really a fun fact. It's a little scary of a fact, and also highlights the world we currently live in. So credit to Rebecca Valentine at IGN. Video game physical software and hardware sales just had the worst November in the US since 1995. Specifically, hardware spending was down a whopping 27% year over year to $695 million, the lowest hardware spending total for November since 2005's $455 million. Even worse, unit sales reached 1.6 million, which is the lowest November total since 1995's 1.4 million. And yes, if any of you saw any of the other unfun facts about Xbox this holiday season, the Next Playground apparently outsold Xbox in most markets over the holiday, which I truthfully didn't even know what this thing was until about a day ago. What is Xbox going to do? Thank you all for listening to Xbox in 10 Podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast, share it with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, jumped into the Arc Raiders Cold Snap update and got to experience all those maps with that snow modifier. And man, is that a special game. Also, continuing my playthrough through Doom: The Dark Ages. My name is Brandon Rose. You can follow me on Xbox at Brozen83. Hope you all have a great week. If you're celebrating Christmas, happy holidays, stay safe, and keep on gaming.